They laughed when they saw the rifle. It was old, rough and plain, nothing like the polished German weapons they trusted with their lives. The German snipers believed this rifle meant weakness. They believed the person behind it would be the same. 7 days later, 33 of their best snipers were dead, and no one was laughing anymore. On the cold hills outside Sevastopol in April 1942, the ground was torn apart by artillery and stained with weeks of blood. This was not a fast war here. It was slow, brutal and personal. Every rock could hide death. If you want more content like this, subscribe now and comment below. Every shadow could be a scope pointed at your head. And somewhere in that shattered landscape lay a young Soviet sniper, who the Germans would soon fear more than artillery fire. Her name was Senior Sergeant Lyudmila Pavlichenko. She was 25 years old. She was short, calm and quiet, and she carried a standard Soviet Mosin Nagant M1891-30 rifle, the same rifle issued to thousands of Red Army soldiers. To the AC Germans, it was an enemy rifle, crude and outdated compared to their Mauser Kar 98K. German snipers joked that anyone using it would be slow, inaccurate and easy to kill. Those jokes stopped very quickly. Lyudmila Pavlichenko was born on July 12, 1916, in Bila Tserkva, in what is now Ukraine. She grew up in Kiev, where she learned early how to compete and survive. As a teenager, she joined a local shooting club, not because she dreamed of war, but because she liked proving herself. She trained with small caliber rifles, learned breathing control, trigger discipline, and patience. At the time, no one imagined those lessons would soon decide life and death. When Germany invaded the Soviet Union on June 22, 1941, Lyudmila was a history student at Kiev University. She went straight to the military enlistment office. The officers tried to send her away as a nurse. She refused. She asked for a rifle. After testing her shooting skills, the Red Army had no choice but to accept her. She was assigned to the 25th Rifle Division, named after Vasily Chapayev. Her first combat came near Odessa in August 1941. She was nervous but focused. When her unit came under fire, she spotted a German soldier through her scope and hesitated for a second. Then she remembered her training. She squeezed the trigger. The enemy soldier fell. By the end of that day, she had 2 confirmed kills. There was no celebration, only silence, smoke, and the understanding that this was now her job. By October 1941, Pavlichenko was already known inside her division. She moved quietly, chose her firing positions carefully, and never rushed a shot. She worked alone or with a spotter, often staying still for hours. She learned to read the battlefield like a map. A broken branch meant movement, a strange shadow meant a helmet, a flash of light meant a scope. She learned that German snipers were skilled, disciplined, and dangerous, and she learned how to hunt them. When Odessa fell, her unit was evacuated by sea to Sevastopol in Crimea. The Siege of Sevastopol began in earnest in late October 1941 and would last more than 8 months. This was one of the most violent and deadly sieges of the entire war. German and Romanian forces attacked again and again. The city was shelled daily. Air raids came at fixed times, often at dawn and dusk. Snipers became one of the most important weapons on both sides. German sniper teams were elite. Many had been trained before the war. They used Mauser Kar 98K rifles fitted with high-quality Zeiss scopes. They operated in pairs, carefully changing positions, covering each other and waiting patiently. Their job was not just to kill, but to create fear. A single German sniper could stop an entire Soviet unit from moving for hours. By early 1942, German intelligence knew there was a Soviet sniper in Sevastopol who was causing serious losses. Reports mentioned a young woman, highly skilled, using a standard Mosin Nagant. German snipers dismissed it. They believed Soviet propaganda exaggerated her success. They believed no one using that rifle could match them. That belief would cost them dearly. The Mosin Nagant M1891-30 was not elegant. It was long, heavy and slow to reload. But it was accurate, durable and deadly in the right hands. Pavlichenko knew every sound it made, every small imperfection in its bolt, every adjustment in its iron sights and PU scope. She trusted it completely. And she knew how to use it better than almost anyone on that battlefield. By March 1942, Pavlichenko had already surpassed 200 confirmed kills. A large number of them were enemy snipers. German command decided to act. They sent some of their best sniper teams into her sector with one clear mission: find her and kill her. What followed was not a single duel, but a series of deadly hunts that stretched over days. Late March turned into early April. The weather was cold but clear. Visibility was good, which made sniper work even more dangerous. Pavlichenko knew she was being hunted. She could feel it in the silence, in the careful German fire, in the way bullets came closer than before. On April 6, 1942, German forces launched a major offensive in the Sevastopol sector. Artillery preparation began early in the morning, around 5:30 a.m. The ground shook constantly. Under this cover, German snipers moved forward, taking new positions among the rocks and ruins. Pavlichenko moved too, crawling through dust and debris, choosing ground that gave her both cover and a clear field of fire. The first German sniper made a mistake just after noon. A small reflection flashed from behind a broken wall. Pavlichenko waited. She did not fire immediately. She watched the shadow. She counted her breaths. When the helmet moved, she fired one shot. The body dropped. She did not move for another 30 minutes, expecting return fire. None came. The hunt had begun. Over the next 7 days, from April 6 to April 12, 1942, Pavlichenko entered what later became one of the most intense sniper periods of the war. German snipers came in pairs and sometimes in groups. They used decoys, fake helmets, and timed movements. Pavlichenko countered them with patience and discipline. On the second day, April 7th, she spotted 2 German snipers working together near a ravine at approximately 3 p.m. She observed them for nearly an hour. One acted as bait, exposing himself briefly. The other waited to shoot whoever fired. Pavlichenko did not fall for it. She tracked the second sniper instead. When he adjusted his position, she fired. The bait sniper panicked and tried to retreat. Her second shot ended him. Word spread quickly among German sniper units. This was no amateur. This was a professional. Orders were given to eliminate her at any cost. More snipers were sent. Some German soldiers later recalled that morale among sniper teams dropped sharply during this period. They were being hunted by someone they could not see. On April 8th, a German sniper wounded Pavlichenko slightly with shrapnel from a nearby explosion. She refused evacuation. She changed position and continued working. That same evening, as the sun lowered and shadows stretched long across the battlefield, she killed 4 more German snipers within 2 hours. Each kill was deliberate. No wasted shots, no rushed movements. The Germans began mocking less and fearing more. Some reportedly cursed the Soviet rifle they had laughed at days earlier. It was not the weapon, they realized too late. It was the person behind it. April 9th was the deadliest day. From early morning until just before dusk, Pavlichenko remained in position near a ruined stone structure overlooking a German approach route. She used the rubble to hide her outline and changed firing points slightly after each kill. German snipers kept coming, trying to outthink her, trying to bait her into revealing herself. By the end of that day, 8 more German snipers were dead. The tension was constant. Pavlichenko later wrote that these days felt longer than entire months. She barely slept. She ate little. Her entire world narrowed to what she could see through her scope. Time stopped existing in any normal sense. There was only waiting, watching, and deciding when to fire. On April 10th and 11, German sniper activity slowed. Many teams refused to advance into her sector. Those who did moved only at night or under heavy cover. Still, Pavlichenko found them. A boot edge, a disturbed patch of dirt, a barrel barely visible between stones. One shot, then stillness again. By April 12th, the count was clear. In 7 days, Lyudmila Pavlichenko had eliminated 33 German snipers. These were not ordinary infantrymen. They were trained specialists, sent specifically to kill her. Instead, they never returned. After this period, German sniper operations in that area of Sevastopol dropped sharply. Soviet infantry noticed the difference immediately. Movement became easier. Casualties decreased. One sniper, with an enemy rifle, had changed the situation on an entire sector of the front. Pavlichenko continued to fight until June 1942, when she was seriously wounded by mortar fire. By then, she had 309 confirmed kills, including at least 36 enemy snipers. She was evacuated from Sevastopol shortly before the city fell in July 1942. The Soviet command decided her value was now too great to risk on the front line. She was promoted to lieutenant and sent abroad as part of a diplomatic mission. In late 1942, she travelled to the United States and Canada, speaking about the war. She met President Franklin D. Roosevelt on September 20, 1942. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt became a personal friend. Many journalists focused on her appearance rather than her record. She responded simply and firmly, reminding them that she was a soldier, not a symbol. The calm confidence that had unnerved German snipers now silenced entire rooms. After the war, Lyudmila Pavlichenko completed her education and worked as a historian. She never sought fame. She rarely spoke in detail about her kills. But those who served with her never forgot what she did in those 7 days outside Sevastopol. The Germans had mocked the rifle because it was familiar to their enemy. They believed technology alone would protect them. They were wrong. In war, skill, patience, and discipline matter more than reputation. And sometimes the weapon you laugh at becomes the last thing you ever see. In the shattered hills of Crimea, in the spring of 1942, an old rifle and a young sniper rewrote the rules of fear. And the silence that followed was louder than any joke ever told. If you want more content like this, subscribe now and comment below.